Have you ever looked around and thought, I have more money than I used to, so why do I feel poorer? Because that's exactly what many retirees are experiencing. Their Social Security checks increased. Their retirement accounts may even be larger. Their home value might be higher. And yet somehow, life feels tighter, more stressful, less comfortable. The strange part? Many retirees aren't spending recklessly. They're not buying luxury cars. They're not living extravagant lifestyles. They're simply trying to maintain the same standard of living they've had for years. So why does it feel like they're falling behind? Today we're uncovering why some retirees feel poorer every year, the hidden forces quietly reducing purchasing power, and most importantly, what retirees can do to fight back before small problems become larger ones. Because retirement isn't just about how much money you have. It's about how much life that money can actually buy. One of the strangest things about retirement is that many people expect life to become cheaper. The mortgage may be gone. The commute disappears. Children become independent. Work clothes are no longer necessary. And while some expenses decline, others take their place. Healthcare grows, insurance grows, property taxes increase, utilities rise, food prices change, and over time, retirees discover something important. Retirement isn't necessarily more expensive because they're spending more. Retirement feels more expensive because maintaining the same lifestyle costs more. That's the paradox. Many retirees are simply trying to stand still financially. But standing still becomes increasingly expensive. And over 20 or 30 years, that difference becomes very noticeable. Retirees often blame inflation, and inflation certainly matters. But the bigger issue is purchasing power, because purchasing power determines how much life your money can buy. Years ago, $1,000 purchased one set of goods and services. Today, that same $1,000 buys less. And retirees experience this reality everywhere. Groceries, restaurants, travel, utilities, home repairs, insurance. The challenge isn't one dramatic increase. It's dozens of smaller increases occurring simultaneously, which means many retirees slowly discover that yesterday's budget doesn't provide yesterday's lifestyle anymore. And that creates the feeling of becoming poorer, even when account balances remain stable. If you find value in this content, please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Healthcare creates another challenge. Most retirees plan for healthcare, but very few understand how healthcare evolves, because healthcare doesn't remain static. A prescription here, a specialist there, vision changes, dental procedures, additional testing. None of these expenses seem catastrophic individually, but healthcare isn't one bill. It's hundreds of expenses spread over decades. And because healthcare needs typically increase with age, many retirees feel more financial pressure every year, even when nothing dramatic has happened. It's rarely one giant event. It's accumulation, and accumulation changes everything. Insurance and taxes create another source of frustration. Auto insurance rises, homeowners insurance rises, property taxes rise, maintenance costs rise. And unlike discretionary spending, these expenses are difficult to avoid. Many retirees feel squeezed because these costs continue increasing regardless of whether they're spending more. And that's why some retirees begin feeling poorer, not because they're irresponsible, but because more of their income is being consumed by mandatory expenses, which leaves less money available for enjoying retirement. Another challenge is comparison. Retirement doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people travel constantly. Others spend time with grandchildren. Some buy RVs. Others live quietly. And comparing lifestyles often creates unnecessary pressure. Because retirement success isn't measured by keeping up with someone else. It's measured by living comfortably within your own priorities. Comparison can make even successful retirees feel poorer. And that's a trap worth avoiding. Interestingly, the retirees who seem most comfortable aren't always the wealthiest. They're often the most flexible, because retirement is constantly changing. Markets change, healthcare changes, insurance changes, taxes change, life changes, and the retirees who adjust along the way are often the ones who experience less financial stress. They don't assume the same spending plan will work forever. They review their budget. They adjust withdrawals when necessary. They postpone large purchases during difficult periods. And they understand something incredibly important. Retirement isn't about predicting the future perfectly. It's about adapting to the future successfully. Because flexibility creates options, and options create confidence, which means emotional peace often comes from adaptability rather than account balances. Over 20 or 30 years, that adaptability can become more valuable than almost anything else. Many comfortable retirees share similar habits. They review spending every year. They maintain emergency reserves. They avoid making several major financial decisions at the same time. They stay healthy. They remain socially connected. They keep learning. And perhaps most importantly, they define success differently. They don't measure retirement by luxury. They measure it by freedom. Freedom from stress. Freedom from debt. Freedom from constant worry. Because retirement isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about building a life that supports your priorities. And the people who understand that often feel wealthier, even when they spend less. If retirement has started feeling tighter financially, you're not alone. And it doesn't necessarily mean you've failed. Sometimes it simply means life has changed. Healthcare evolves, insurance rises, taxes increase, purchasing power changes, and understanding these realities allows retirees to make better decisions moving forward. Here's what you can do today. Review your spending annually. Maintain emergency reserves. Avoid comparing your retirement to someone else's. Focus on priorities rather than appearances. And remember that retirement success isn't measured by how much money you have. It's measured by how much freedom and peace your plan provides. Because some retirees feel poorer every year, but others become more confident every year. And often the difference isn't wealth, it's flexibility. Because retirement isn't about having the perfect plan. It's about having a plan that can adapt when life changes. And that flexibility may be one of the greatest assets you'll ever own. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe to The Wealth Perspective for weekly videos covering retirement planning, Social Security, healthcare, inflation, taxes, investing, and retirement income strategies. I really appreciate you watching the video. Thank you.